The Cubs win again. Another one-run win over baseball's best team. Let's go.
You are Locked On Cubs, your daily Chicago Cubs podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
You are Locked On Cubs on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Alongside Sam Olber, I'm Matt Cozy. Please support the show and be a part of the Locked On Cubs community by following on all audio platforms. And you can watch, subscribe, and leave a comment on YouTube with our new graphics. Thanks so much for making us your first listen. Sam and I are lifelong fans, taking our passion into a discussion with you on all things Cubs. Today's Wednesday episode is presented by Bird Dogs. Go to birddogs.com/LockedOnMLB. And when you enter promo code LockedOnMLB, they'll throw in a free custom Bird Dogs Yeti style tumbler with every order. Please let us know if I should do that for every intro moving forward. Another one-run win for the Cubs as the Northsiders defeat baseball's best team, the Rays, 2-1 on Tuesday. Kyle Hendricks was solid despite allowing some hard contact. 5 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 3 Ks. Bullpen went Merriweather to Leiter to Alzolay, who pitched the 8th and the 9th. And Nico Hoerner led off the bottom of the first with a home run. And Mike Tauchman produced an RBI single in the 6th to complete the scoring. Cubs did waste a golden opportunity in the bottom of the 8th with bases loaded and nobody out, and we'll certainly talk about that. But the Cubs with another nice win.
Yeah, this was a weird one. A couple takeaways. The last 2 days are what I envision this team being in the beginning of the year. Now, you're not going to win 1-0, 2-1 every night, but just low scoring, hanging in there on the margins, playing great defense, finding a way to win these close ones. They haven't been able to do it all year. Go figure they do it against the best team in baseball. I think Tuesday night was more of the game owes you one type of game because the Cubs really should have broken this game open, as you said, in the 8th. And Trey Mancini taking that at bat is reprehensible. And they, I thought, like you said beautifully in your recap, I thought the Rays hit Hendricks a little bit better. I actually thought Hendricks, go figure baseball, I thought he pitched just as well as he did his first start. The results were just better.
Right.
That's how it goes sometimes. But I thought he threw well again, which is really nice to see. It's back-to-back really competitive starts against two very good offenses. And, I think it's nice to see them win some close ones because the fan base and the team deserves it. Like they lost so many close ones and heartbreakers. It was just becoming a joke. But I think the real takeaway here is the bullpen holding it down. And probably those were the 3 guys we had kind of talked about even before the year, not Merriweather, but Leiter and Alzolay doing their job. It was executed right. And, I'd like to see Alzolay kind of just pitch. Obviously, if let's say they have a save spot tomorrow and it's a left, right, left situation and Leiter has a pitch, it's going to be Leiter.
Right.
But if there's a situation where Leiter is already pitched and it's the 9th inning, I'd like to see Alzolay kind of just get it. I thought before the year, I think I even said on the show, I thought by some point he was going to take over the 9th inning duties. And
you did.
I'd like to see it happen because he just has that closer something about him.
Moxie?
A little moxie. He's got the fastball touched 97 today. The slider was really good.
I think he has the ability to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. I just think it's worth looking at. And it's not like there's any other option screaming at you at the face unless, like I said, unless it's a lefty situation. Like that easily could have been flip-flopped. Could have been Alzolay 7-8 and then Leiter gets the 9th if the order was flip-flopped. I'm fine with that. Yeah. And then Merriweather, he gave up a leadoff hit. Ramirez tagged, and he found a way to get out of that inning. I thought that was really big for his confidence because, again, we've talked about it. Leiter Jr. has been great. Alzolay has been mostly good. nobody else has been close to reliable. So you need,
No.
if you're gonna stack some wins together, you're gonna need somebody else to step up. And today was a nice step forward, I thought, for Julian Merriweather, who without question has the best stuff on the bullpen. It's just a matter of locating it and being consistent with it, which has been the problem for his whole career. And then the last shout out I'd like to give would be to Mike Tauchman, who continues to really put together professional AB after professional AB. And, even when Cody Bellinger comes back, I mean, Mike Tauchman has a spot on this team so far. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
I like seeing Merriweather first out of the pen on Tuesday. I thought that was good. Let's see more of that when given the circumstances. And yeah, the only reason the Cubs have been so matchup based, I think, through this many games, upon reflection, as we know based on the last 3 weeks, is because the bullpen is bad. Right. That's why it was matchup based. We didn't necessarily know it in early to mid-April when they were still winning, but the fact is the bullpen was bad, and it should only be Alzolay, Leiter, and the guy we're going to talk about in the next segment that should even come close to, I would say, dare I say, the 7th, 8th, and 9th. With if you're working kind of backward
in an important spot.
Yeah, an important spot. So I like what you're dishing out there. Really encouraging signs from Hendricks. I am incredibly discouraged at the amount of defenders on Trey Mancini that still remain. He's only hitting .250 this year against lefties, so I'm not sure if that's even a valid, analysis at this point. And everyone keeps throwing out numbers to me on him. And I think that gets me a little down about baseball too. And I'm fine. I'm fine with being the old school person. And I think that part of this show's success has been you're just pulling up a seat to the bar. But are you watching the games? Does it look like he's contributing?
No.
Does he look athletic? Does he look like he could produce in a big spot, make a big play? What have you seen? What have you seen? I know you can cite an MLB.com or baseball reference page, but what do you see with him?
But what are they even citing? He's slugging .342.
I don't even want to look it up.
Yeah.
And how are we going to know unless someone is psychic what Matt Mervis could do? I get it. His first 70 plate appearances haven't been good, but guess what? Fake narrative on his defense. He's been outstanding defensively. Instincts are really good. Yeah, his bat's been slow, but how do you know unless it actually happens? How?
I wouldn't have hit Mervis there. I would have hit Mastroboni, but for what it's worth. Yeah. And then I would have put Mervis in for first. I'd rather left on left Mastroboni than let Mancini hit in that spot. If you go back and watch our show, it was a Monday show after the Cubs took 2 out of 3 in Texas. It was after the first full week of the season. I said, this guy, Trey Mancini, is not an everyday player. I mean, he's worth almost a full win below replacement.
Yeah, and that's really the only new school stats that I like or even know, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that comes at you in stats, just
not even a new school stat, though.
Yeah, he's worth negative 0.7 wins above replacement. So
he's costing the Cubs almost a win.
Yeah, he's not good.
Thank you.
He's not a good player. I was going to say something else. Yeah, I thought the whole Oh, and I'll even drop this old school on you. I was frustrated mightily with the last 2 at-bats for Seiya Suzuki, who had a good game today. And I'll tell you exactly why. Seiya Suzuki has struggled in high leverage this year. It's not a coincidence.
Yeah, well, the whole team has.
With a man on second, nobody out, he got up 3-0 and he got really defensive and fouled off a bunch of fastballs, swung at some bad ones, and then took strike 3. And then I'll say this. In his 4th at bat, he drew a walk against that side armor Kelly. Yeah. But he took a pitch on a 2-0 that was middle that he could have just drove in that run himself. I
Sure.
don't believe in the pass the baton method when Trey Mancini's behind me and my hottest hitter on my team is at the dish right now.
Right.
A guy in the middle of the order, and this is old school. I understand people will disagree with this. I want my cleanup hitter with the mindset to drive in
Right.
runs.
Right.
That's where the RBI is lost there because that walk turned into 0 runs. First and third, no outs. He gets into one on 2-0. And to be fair to him, that was the only pitch he had to hit. The other ones weren't close. But that 2-0, I wanted to see him drive a ball, get a, as you'd say, a healthy fly, and bring that run home instead of passing the baton to that double-A Mancini.
Yeah, you get 3 swings. I'd like to see him swing there and be a little less passive. I get accepting the walks, but not in that spot.
And he's been terrific. And I think he's a very good player. But for me, if he's going to get to that next tier of very good player versus star player, and this is what I've been saying this about Ian Happ for 3 years. If he's going to make that elevation, he's got to be better in those spots, more aggressive in those spots because he's on his way. And defensively, he's starting to make some strides.
And here's an old school stat. Mike Tauchman's hitting 345. So is he going to go back to Des Moines when Bellinger comes back on the 4th of July?
No, and if he does this, if he does, do the show with Frank Cozy.
Yeah, well, Frank, before today's ball game, called for a sweep. He was, I think, the only one on the planet who thought the Cubs were going to win today.
No, his brother did too.
Okay.
Yeah, they both were. He was at the game. Yeah, no, everybody's back on the Cubs.
But Tauchman can really produce a professional at bat.
You and I are going to be out Friday night. You and I are going to be out Friday night at a party, pacing around, watching Marquee.
Right, we have a disease.
No, the disease is called Locked On Cubs, and it's brought to you by
FanDuel. And we get to that coming up right now. After the break, we're going to talk about Hayden Wesneski. Remember him?
I caught you off guard there.
Yeah, I should have just rolled into it.
Yeah, I need a water.
Wesneski was just demoted like 5 minutes ago. He's back. We explain why. You need a water?
Yeah.
Oh, this show is goofy. Coming up next. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Make a fast break to FanDuel during the NBA playoffs, Sam. It's Heat v. Nuggets.
Denver in 5.
Wow. Right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $2,000. $2,000 back in bonus bets if your first one doesn't win. The Heat were able to overcome a huge scare, up 3-0, went 3-3, then won 4-3. Nuggets have been rolling all playoffs long. Should be an exciting matchup to lead off the summer. And there's no better place to bet on that series than America's #1 sports book. Visit FanDuel.com/lockedon and get a no-sweat first bet up to $2,000. That's FanDuel.com/lockedon. FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of Locked On Cubs. The Cubs play the Rays at 1:20 p.m. Central Wednesday, and you can listen to every pitch with the Cubs hometown broadcast on SiriusXM. On the SXM app, search Cubs or tune in to channel 844 and catch the Cubs all season long on SiriusXM. Hayden Wesneski was promoted on Tuesday. Michael Rucker demoted to AAA. Wesneski posted a 5.03 ERA in 8 starts for the Cubs to begin the campaign and only had 2 outings with the Cubs before this call-up. Wesneski will work exclusively out of the bullpen. Manager David Ross said before the game, quote, "I think long-term we see him as a starter, but right now, just a little help down there with the group that's scuffling a bit," close quote. Thoughts on Wesneski in the pen?
A bit.
That's a little bit of a reserved comment.
I think there's 2 ways to look at this. I think one is there's a large contingent of Cub fans, maybe large isn't the right word, but a contingent of Cub fans that I have spoken to via Twitter. Thank you, by the way, for 1,000 followers. A large contingent, maybe a medium
not very long to get there.
A medium contingent that think that this is what Jed Hoyer wants and that he doesn't want to win this year. And I think a move like this proves to you that that's incorrect. I'll guarantee you that he wants this team to be better or else he's not going to put one of his better pitching prospects in the bullpen to help a struggling unit. You don't really typically see that in the middle of the year this early on. I don't think, I know it's not the greatest look, have a starter, demote him to the box is small. My hands don't get in. Demote him.
It's smaller now. Yeah.
No, I can't. Even when I did my point before the show, I had to tighten it up.
We barely have a background now.
No, it makes me look heavy.
Oh, stop it.
I'm joking. But I think it's fine. I'm interested to see though how he's going to come out of the pen, right? Because his big thing was he struggled early in games. Typically, when you have a starter move to the bullpen, it's somebody like Mark Leiter Jr., who is very effective the first time through the order and then gets knocked around and adjusted to. Those are usually the type of guys that get converted into relievers. Wesneski, early on in his young career, has struggled early in games and then settled in. So, and he has a lot of nervous energy out there. So it'll be really interesting to see how he goes. I'd expect the stuff to play up. I mean, I want to see a 9-7 when he throws that fastball.
Sure.
If he was only going to get one inning or so. But it's interesting. My take is I'm indifferent about it. We'll see what happens. My only positive take is clearly the Cubs aren't giving up on this season with a move like that. And clearly they want better results quickly.
Yeah, it's a great takeaway. I would have liked to have seen that maybe be the goal when he got to the Cubs, but they hadn't made that decision yet, obviously. And
it took Estrada's 22 straight fastballs to make that decision.
Yeah, no, that's once again, you're early on all this stuff, and I think that's absolutely right.
When you see a guy do that, dude, it's time to start getting moves going.
Yeah, one pitch out of the bullpen's not going to work, I don't believe.
What was that?
Last time I checked.
He threw 22 straight.
Right. So, I think fortifying the pen with the best talent option available is a good approach right now. And I got to give credit to a work colleague that I coached with, Matt Suds, who suggested Wesneski in the ninth during Tuesday's game. And I tweeted that out from the show account. I would like to see that at some point, but even a high leverage moment, the 7th or 8th, or even earlier, I think would be great to throw him in the action. And I want the Cubs to try stuff right now. The bullpen has been, all things considered, the main reason why they've been so bad. And so I really would like to see that.
The bullpen has been a disaster.
Right. It's been a farce.
Bullpen, managerial decisions, clutch hitting, those three things are why you are where you are, and then Tyone.
Yeah, don't forget about Jamison Tyone there.
No, and Tyone.
Yeah, no,
they're 0-8 when he starts.
So Fangraph clutch stats, Sam, offensively, Cubs are the worst team by as much as what separates 1 and 29. So from 30 to 29, there's this huge gap, and then almost a less gap from 29 to 1.
Why don't they just lead Happ off and put Hoerner in the middle of the order with Swanson, and that would probably bump them up 10 spots. It's just so common. Why? Because Happ doesn't want to. Breaking news: Happ isn't exactly tearing the cover off the ball in the 3-hole. He had a double today that a 6-year-old would have caught.
And Bernstein and Rahimi keep asking about canned cold brew. So that's interesting.
Move around the order. Happ's an OBP guy. Nico's an RBI clutch hitter. Dansby's an RBI clutch hitter. Sayas should be up in the order, not in the middle. Happ up, not in the middle.
Love it. Love it. All right. So the Cubs.
Said it from day one. Everybody laughed at me.
The Cubs have won the series over the Rays. They could get the brooms out on Wednesday. We preview that game coming up next. We're back here on Locked On Cubs. Thanks for making us your first listen. Cubs will be attempting to sweep the best team in baseball on Wednesday, Justin Steele versus Zach Eflin. Big start for Steele, despite the day-to-day circumstances here. He got touched up by the Reds last week. And 3 Cubs, Sam, with solid splits against Eflin. Dansby Swanson, 11 for 27 with 2 homers. Jan Gomes, 4 for 10 with a homer. And Edwin Rios, who got hit by a foul ball Tuesday. So hopefully he can start this game because he's a career 1 for 2 with a long ball.
No, he won't be in the lineup
against Eflin, dude.
No, he won't be in the lineup. As Morel swings and misses. Yeah, do you know what's crazy, Matt? I'm looking at the standings. The Rangers are right there now with the Rays.
Yeah. They're fantastic.
And the Rangers have a better run differential than the Rays. And the Rangers have another thing in common with the Rays. They lost the series at Wrigley Field. So listen, that might be the 2023 legacy. Cubs beat the 2 best teams in the American League at home. Now, when they played Game 3 against the Rangers, it was also a day game, and they got their butt kicked. So it'd be nice if they could go out and finish the job. As you said to me on the phone prior to this show being recorded, this isn't one of those games that the Cubs shouldn't win. Eflin's a good pitcher, but he's gettable. And Justin Steele, you'd think, is not going to have back-to-back bad outings. If so, that would be really troubling.
Right.
So, that'd be pretty fun. And then I believe they don't even have an off day. They just travel across country and play an evening tilt in San Diego.
They do have an off day, as a matter of fact.
Oh, I thought that was a 4-gamer.
So it's a Friday to Monday 4-gamer. I was confused too. I looked this up this morning.
Really?
They have a day off Thursday, and then they play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday against the Padres.
Is Monday an afternoon?
Why are you reacting like that? This is too funny.
No,
man.
because
I'm sorry.
Because a Friday to Monday 4-gamer is rare. Is that Monday game a day affair?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, no, we got to look into this.
I don't know why I find this so funny.
So Friday's 8:40, Saturday's 9:10.
It's 4. Wow, this is a really small screen now.
Sunday.
I can't even put up fingers.
Wait, why does Sunday start at 4:30? What kind of time is that?
It's 4 different times. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
And then Monday's 8:10.
I know, it's 4 different times, dude.
And then they go to Tuesday and they play at 8:38.
Right, and that's against Ohtani, I think.
Wait, but I'm confused. Sunday's 4:30. Usually that game's like at 3:10 in San Diego. They must be doing some type of ceremony or something.
Right.
What? I've never heard of a major league game.
I'll look into it. Yeah, what is this, a high school game? 4:30?
Well, it's 2:30 local time. That's still weird.
I know.
Oh, so they are off Thursday. Oh, that's great. So maybe we could record early so I could catch that finals tilt.
Yeah, no, I'm hoping to record it like noon Thursday.
Oh, no, that'd be great. All right, well, Monday I have a dentist.
All right, well, let's not produce on the show. So,
well, Monday I'm going to go get my permanent crown.
All right, we got to get out of here.
Shout
out to the everydayers who are with us all 5 episodes throughout the week. And you can become an everydayer by checking us out each and every weekday. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for Locked On Cubs on YouTube and smash the like button for the algorithm. Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, and streaming on SiriusXM. If people are still with us, hopefully they enjoyed the laughs. He's Sam Olber. I'm Matt Cozy. This is Locked On Cubs.
This is how I have to give something here.